Maldonado. I teach 7th grade math here at Cloverdale Middle School. And today I'm going to tell you a little bit about my educational path. I grew up in Cloverdale, Indiana. I went to high school and graduated from Cloverdale High School in 1998. While I was in high school, I participated in a lot of different sports and activities. My parents felt as though it was really important for me to be involved in a lot of different things. So I was. I participated in volleyball, cross country, golf, basketball, and softball. I also worked a part-time job at KFC after my practices and on the weekends. So I was pretty busy. While in high school, I was a pretty good student. I graduated 8th in my class. I was a part of National Honor Society. And like I said, I just participated in a lot of different things. I was in marching band, regular band, solo and ensemble. But the difference with me was I didn't really know what I wanted to do with my life. I knew that my parents wanted me to go to college after high school, so I did. I went to Ball State University, and I spent 2 years there trying to figure out what I really wanted to do after I graduated. I didn't know what I wanted to major in, so I took a lot of general studies classes. At one point I wanted to be an architect, another point I wanted to be in graphic design, and I even thought about teaching while I was there, but I could never decide what I wanted to do for the rest of my life. So after 2 years I dropped out. I moved home, I moved in with my parents, and I just did some different jobs for probably the next 10 years or so. I really had no idea what I wanted to do. I worked in some of the factories in Greencastle. I worked in a couple of different warehouses in Plainfield. I did some office work. I was a secretary, but I could never find anything that I really truly loved. During that time, I also did some coaching. I coached summer league softball or baseball. I volunteered to help coach some of the sports here at Cloverdale Middle School during that time. I knew that I loved coaching. I knew that I loved working with kids, but I still didn't know what exactly I wanted to do. And then I got a job here at Cloverdale Middle School as a teaching assistant. I worked as a teaching assistant for about 5 years before I knew that I wanted to be a math teacher. After that 5 years of working here, I didn't think it was possible for me to go back and get my teaching degree. I had 3 kids that I was helping take care of. I had a family. I made all these excuses why I didn't have the time to go back to school. But luckily I worked with some really great people, some people that are still here teaching. And they kind of encouraged me to go back to school, to get my degree so that I could be a teacher. All this time I was afraid that I was going to fail. I was afraid I wasn't going to have enough time, or I wasn't going to be good enough. But I finally took that plunge, and I enrolled in classes online through Western Governors University. While doing that, I continued to work here as a teaching assistant. I continued to take care of my family, and I think it was a really good lesson to teach my children that exactly how much hard work it takes to get your degree. But I went ahead and did that, and that was the best decision I ever made. I was actually able to complete my degree in a lot less time than I thought I could. And when I finished, I just so happened to get a job here teaching 7th grade math at Cloverdale Middle School. I love teaching. I love working with kids. I love the challenge. I love feeling like each day when I go home that I have made a difference in the lives of my students. And I hope to continue to do that. So my educational path, like I said, is a little different than some of the other teachers here. I made the decision to go back to school at a later age. Whenever I completed my degree, I was 35 years old. And so what I want you to really take away from this is that it's okay if you don't know what it is that you want to do, but try different things. Try new things. Try things that you may not be completely comfortable with. Another piece of advice is to be involved. Be involved in activities, whether it's after school or during school. Those activities teach you teamwork. They teach you, how to be part of a group and how to be a successful team player.